Volunteers could be seen lugging these big steel trash bags along the riverbank of Buchanan. They say that's where they tend to see the most litter. People toss it over the hillside or over the bridge, thinking out of sight, out of mind. But the volunteers here today were trying to remind them that is not the case. This is one of the many potholes that are lining the road to Dee Dee's house. While it may not look like much, these kind of potholes have caused a lot of issues for residents in the area. AAA has a simple trick for checking to see if your tires might need replacing. You take a quarter and you insert it into one of the grooves in your tire, and if you can see the top of George Washington's head, your tires probably need replaced. Now, it's not just their store that the clients are worried about. They actually live right across the stream, and they're worried they're going to have to pack up everything and move back to Mingo County if this problem isn't fixed. Well, Josh and Cynthia, on the second day of the trial, several testimonies were given, including from the parents of the alleged victim of child abuse. Right now, I am live just outside the town of Wallace, where this accident occurred, like you said, around 6 p.m. Saturday evening. We are still waiting to get some more information on this incident, but what we do know, as confirmed by both the Morgantown Police Department and the U.S. Marshal's Office, is that that fugitive was killed during the incident earlier this afternoon. The madness is continuing here with Black Friday still going strong. It'll be going till 1 a.m. today, and I was actually able to talk to some shoppers about their experiences, both positive and negative, with Black Friday. It's time for another Pet Helpers, and I'm here with Rhonda and Comet. So what can you tell us about this little guy? Good evening, I'm Casey Hoolahan, filling in for Mariah Congito. Thank you for joining us. Now, a developing story out of Fairmont. Multiple crews responded to an apartment building fire early this morning.
Casey and I are both from Pittsburgh. We love our Steelers, and we're ready for football season.
Yeah, I'm always ready for football season. Are you ready, Tim? We've been on a lookout for rain all week, and we've had Smokey at the desk all weekend reminding you guys that despite some rain, it doesn't mean things have completely changed and that burn ban has left us.
Dave Lang may be retired, but he still spends his days hard at work. About 9 months ago, Lang founded the West Virginia chapter for the national nonprofit Sleep in Heavenly Peace. The goal is to provide kids in the area with their own bed. While this may seem like something small, Lang says it means everything to the kids he works with.
A 12 or 14-year-old kid will come running up to me and say, "You mean I get to have a pillow?"
According to the Sleep in Heavenly Peace Project, 2 to 3% of any population usually represents the number of kids without a bed to sleep in. Lang says the demand he's seen lines up with those statistics.
214 beds that we've delivered so far, and I've got about 100 on the waiting list.
And the bed means more than just having a place to sleep, Lang says.
When we put a child in a bed, we're investing in our future. Those children are performing better in school.
Thanks to the outpour of support from the community, Lang is continuing to build more beds.
It's not just the investment in time, but for the financial investment that businesses have made throughout the community and organizations.
The project is now expanding beyond just Harrison County. The Doddridge County chapter starts up next month, and a satellite location was just set up in Lewis County.
Hopefully, my goal is to get it going throughout the state. And I'm talking to people in Charleston right now.
And while Lang says he puts in about 40 hours of work a week on the project, the reaction from the kids makes it all worthwhile.
I delivered beds to a little girl over in Northview a couple months ago, and she was running up and down the block screaming, "I get a bed today, I get a bed today."
Reporting for 5 News, I'm Casey Hoolahan, keeping you connected in Harrison County. A group of teachers stood alongside Pattison Drive in the heart of downtown Morgantown to spread a message.
But we can do better, and we know we can do better. We're screaming for the funds.
Teachers and school employees fear that during the upcoming special session on education reform, legislators will try to revive Senate Bill 451, an education reform bill that led teachers to strike earlier this year.
They've now added the omnibus bill. So earlier this year, we went out to hopefully defeat that. It did happen.
The motion to postpone indefinitely. House will be in order. The House will be in order. The galleries will be cleared.
But now they're bringing it back with special session.
One of the many issues teachers have with the bill is the funding of charter schools.
And they'll attempt to pass charters. No research supports the success. And ultimately, we're here for public schools. We're here for all of our kids.
Carrie Beatty, a teacher at University High School, also says that charter schools, which would be funded by tax dollars, aren't accessible to a lot of students.
And we don't want just a fraction of the student population to succeed.
Teachers like Beatty are fighting for funding to instead go into things such as wraparound services.
Those are the supportive services that you don't necessarily immediately associate with school. So those would be our school psychologists. Those would be the social workers.
These services would help teachers who have students that are facing issues such as hunger and drug addiction in their homes.
We're getting the first tip of the wave with the opioid crisis. And this is the first wave of students. You know, in 10 years, it's going to be exponentially worse if we don't get the funds and we don't get the wraparound services.
While there's no definite date set yet for the special session, Beatty says she plans on being in Charleston.
The idea is to pack it. They need to understand that we're still woke, we're still paying attention, and we're still fighting for our kids.
Reporting for 5 News, I'm Casey Hoolahan, keeping you connected in Mon County.